And here we have a Comet MPU with the normal sounds of Comet boot and the lamp matrix operating correctly. The only solenoid that is on is solenoid 16, which is the coin lockout solenoid. Booted as all System 9s should, with a 0 on the 7-segment display. Now this MPU had some alkaline corrosion, and the client had taken a whack at, or somebody had taken a whack at abating it. Did a pretty good job there. Those traces are tinned rather than conformal coated. I guess tinning is a form of conformal coating, but it just takes longer to do it like that, and I just spray it with a conformal coating now. But anyway, it looks like the corrosion was abated, yet the board was unreliable. It wouldn't reset consistently, or sometimes it would reset during gameplay. So I scraped the entire reset section. This is usually my first step in resolving this kind of problem, and you replace it with a modern reset generator. Add this jumper, you're good to go. Replaced a couple, or this cap, client had replaced these two, replaced the caps in the sound section, and we are ready to put it into test. So let's do that. Display test. Dual or quad 7-segment displays, also supported by the multifunctional alphanumeric display panel. Now here's where I ran into some problems.
Hey.
And I thought that problem was on the MPU, but it turned out to be on some of my test equipment. Actually, it was my own fault. I didn't realize exactly what was going on there. Shading these LEDs a little bit. Those are working properly. The next test, I believe, is solenoid test. Yeah. And of course, System 9 didn't start multiplexing these solenoids, so this will just go through each of the 16 solenoids one by one. I think that top one did not fire. Let me watch that one more time around. Sure enough, Q17 did not fire. So I'll have to see if that's normal. In fact, let me watch it go around again. I'm watching the display. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. 9th solenoid did not fire, so I'll have to track that one down. And let's see what's next. Sorry. It's been a while since I did a System 9 switch test, so I'm going to close these switches across the diagonal until I get to 46. And then the last switch is switch 50 for Comet, so there we go. And I have already set this to free play. Let's go through here and find out what's going on with that solenoid. See if we can do some quick testing. Let's get it into solenoid test. And I have a logic probe. This is mostly the only probe you can buy these days. It's not that great of a probe, but they're about $18 on Amazon, so I guess it's not too bad. So which transistor is this going to be? Oh, your guess is as good as mine here, but let's see. If I probe a transistor lead, it should be high until that transistor fires. So let's see what we got here. Well, that one didn't fire. That's probably the one I'm looking for. Let's see, this should be the last one. Oh, it's the first one. So maybe it goes like this. This should be 8. Yep. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. So I got that right. So we need 8, 9. This one's suspiciously bent down. And there, see how The adjacent one has got the logic probe at high, and this is low, so there's a problem with this transistor. We're gonna have to back up through the system and see where that goes. Sorry for my crummy camera work. Keep in mind that I'm powering these solenoids by 5 volts. So that's all they're going to ever switch to ground. So it's okay to use my logic probe here. So this is the adjacent transistor, and I'm just going to go across the legs of it and see what they're set to. So I get a low, high, low. And the suspect transistor, I got low, nothing, low. So nothing on the center leg. I would almost bet right now that this transistor is bad. And I'm going to take it off and then diode test it just for giggles and then replace it. I'll be right back. And we're back, and one thing you can do with System 9 diagnostics, and probably some others too, is you can repeat the current solenoid. So we can see that that solenoid 9 is firing now. I did replace it and we're good to go. The other thing I did while I had the board back on my bench was the cap was missing from this 6-volt DC relay that provides the path to ground for the flipper power. So I've replaced that with a NOS relay. Those things are really expensive nowadays, but you can see it's turned on and it's providing a path to ground for the flippers. So let me, that was regular advance. I didn't show the special solenoids before, but here I'm driving them from a switch. Note the special solenoids. If I hold down a button, that coil is pulled in and it's going to get heated up, and eventually it'll fuse itself together. Resistance will go to near zero and it'll blow up one of these special solenoid drive transistors. So what else do we have to test? Oh, that's it. I've done everything else on this board. I want to mention what I found with the switch matrix. Somebody had been chasing a switch matrix problem, and they'd replaced or at least socketed these 4011s, and there was an HCT 244 there. I've replaced it with the original chip, although the HCT should work, but I put an LS 244 in there. I took out the 6821 thinking that almost had to be the problem, because this 6821 drives both the columns and the rows. Well, I'll roll in a picture of what the real problem was there. But this SIP resistor, a 560 ohm SIP resistor, was not connected to ground, and this is where the switch returns come in. So that was, as we say, honking up the whole system. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day.